Have you ever heard an animal cry in pain? Maybe you were leaving for work, and as you left, your dog was crying, begging you to stay home. Or maybe you accidentally stepped in your pet's tail one time, and just hearing that noise made you feel so bad and wishing that there was something you could do about it. Now, I want you to put yourself in a situation where you find yourself in a laboratory that tests on animals, and you just have to listen to all those animals crying out in pain as they're being exploited for our own benefit. Um, Over 100 million animals are left crippled, damaged, abused, and poisoned each year in just the US alone. Almost every medicine we consume or every product that you use on the daily has been tested on innocent animals at some point for our benefit. My name is Lucas, and today I will be talking about what exactly animal testing is, how it affects us negatively, as well as the animals that are being used for these tests. You might wonder, what is animal testing? Some people might not know exactly what it is. They might think it's just mascara being put on a monkey, but no, it's much more than that. Animal testing is a method of research that involves experimentation on animals, living animals, for scientific research to test the effectiveness of new products. You see if it causes any negative things. It can be used for testing the human health and environmental safety for specific products. The methods that this is usually done is usually through injections, exposing animals to radiation, removing organs and tissues, forcing animals to inhale things that can be potentially toxic to them, just to know what it could potentially do to humans. These are all extremely painful to the animals, even though anesthesia is given to them. And even after all that, at the end of most of the studies, the animals are then just killed because they have no other purpose for the people exploiting them. The way that it affects humans as well as animals negatively is that we are obviously so different from any other species, and that's what makes it such an inaccurate form of experimentation, because we have such different genes and anatomies and chemical compounds that build us up, that something that might not affect them could affect us negatively, which has happened in a lot of experiments in the past, like this research for arthritis that was tested on animals and nothing was found to be negative. And then when it was released to the public, over 60,000 humans were killed because of something that was deadly to us but didn't show up as deadly on the animals. So even after all that harm done to the animals, it still caused harm to humans because it's just such an unreliable method to research. There's many ways that we could put an end to this, even though it has been so normalized in our country especially. We have simulations that we could use with advanced computers. You could offer scientific studies with human volunteers, which a lot of brands do now, like Burt's Bees, and other brands that are trying to now push all their products to be cruelty-free. These alternatives are more ethical, more sustainable, and more cost-efficient. And then some of the actions that you can do to stop animal testing, because you might not even realize, if you look on your products, if it's cruelty-free, you'll see a little black bunny at the bottom, and it'll say cruelty-free, and that's just a way to check and just make sure you're not pushing further abuse on these animals. Some brands that do tests on animals are brands like Clinique, all Sephora brands, MAC, Colgate, Maybelline, and Dove, and that's just cosmetic brands alone, not even considering all the medicines that are tested on animals. And some brands that are cruelty-free are Urban Decay, The Body Shop, Lush, Burt's Bees, and you might have known that because they're very pro-cruelty-free. You can also donate to organizations that are pushing to get rid of animal cruelty when it comes to testing, like PETA is it's the main one for that. Now that you know more about animal testing and how many better options there are, you might wonder why it hasn't been stopped yet, especially when we're in such an era of like pushing to benefit not only us but everything around the world, if that makes sense. Um, just wanted to bring awareness to something that you might not even realize that you're contributing to every day. Because before this, I didn't really realize like what it meant and how big it was. So I hope you learned something from that. Thank you.